Hello, welcome back to the drama. I'm still on tour, and I am in unusual locations with puppets behind me. Today, we are going to talk about another TikTok influencer who has been called out for some pretty gross behavior behind closed doors. That's what we call a bentelect. Now, in this day and age, that's the kind of language we use, is when an influencer who has a large following tries to use that following to get something for themselves. And that's like a bad thing. That's not a prize you get when you become a TikTok influencer. You don't gain power over other people. That's a side quest you decide to do if you're a piece of shit. And today we've got ourselves a big old piece of shit today, a big whopping piece of dung. His name is Dr. Kenny Smiles, and he is a dental influencer from Texas. And if you look at his page, he's got 700,000 followers. Again, not enough of an audience to try to be manipulating your followers and thinking that you're not going to get called out for it. And if you don't know Dr. Kenny Smiles, he is a dentist who owns Smile Again Dental. And he also has a TikTok in which his bio says, Texas dentist, parentheses, where jokes are welcome, the politically incorrect dentist. This right here, folks, is a red flag. If you see this on anyone's bio, you turn in the other direction. You do not hit follow. You do not engage. But man, today's story is wild because we're going to be talking about why Dr. Kenny Smiles is a freak. A freak. But let's get to it. Let's see the kind of content Kenny Smiles makes. First off, we're going to look at someone who will come up later in the story by the name of Chelsea, who won a competition to get her teeth fixed by Kenny Smiles. Kenny's known for being the cool dentist. He tells a bunch of jokes. Let's see the kind of jokes that he tells. This is a pinned video that has 9 million views on his page.
Oh my gosh, your teeth actually match your jacket.
They do. Yes, they do. A little brown and white.
All right, go ahead and put those babies in.
They're kind of broke, but...
You ever kissed a guy in those?
Yeah, my boyfriend every day.
You kiss your boyfriend with those in? Yeah, you're gonna get fucked for the first time for sure. Those are right out of a Halloween catalog.
And look, I'm not against edgy jokes, but when you're in a situation like dentistry where someone is going to take a free smile, a free complete fix of their teeth if they are offered, it puts them in a weird position where of course they're going to accept the jokes and the badgering and kind of making fun of them to the internet, even though seriously a large majority of people who walk in a place like this and have teeth that look like Chelsea's do not feel very comfortable with jokes like that because they have to spend their whole entire life feeling like they are the target of this kind of behavior. But that's not to say that these are the kind of jokes that got Dr. Kenny in trouble. These are far from the jokes that got him in trouble, but Chelsea actually came out later to talk about this. But before we get there, let's back up and talk about everything. Dr. Kenny has a lot of past controversies that lead up to this moment that I will talk about, but let's start with where this situation originally blew up. There's this TikToker by the name of Mama Tot, who a lot of people are probably familiar with. She goes by ShoeLover99 in Ophelia on TikTok. She has 12 million followers, and she made a video where she talked about a lot of dental problems she had over the years with her teeth.
This tooth over here didn't want to come out.
And Dr. Kenny reached out and tried to get his followers to get in contact with her so that he could help her get a free smile.
I want you all to help me get Mama Tot's attention. It's the first time I've ever tried to do this, so hopefully it works.
She says that she is totally okay. She found someone who's able to help her, but she said that she'd rather Dr. Kenny help someone else out there get a new pair of teeth because there are so many people out there who need it. Dr. Kenny has her find 3 of her followers who want to get a new pair of teeth, who want to get a new smile, and sends them to Dr. Kenny to get a new smile. Now, Chelsea is one of those people. Chelsea is one of Mama Tot's followers that went to go get the new smile, and then she became a part of this TikTok that now doesn't look so good because of a lot of stuff that happened. Just in the first half of the video we watched, of course, you saw that Dr. Kenny made multiple jokes about the way her teeth looked, made a joke about her boyfriend not wanting to have sex with her because of her teeth. I think that in a lot of cases, someone making a joke about this to someone could be in good faith. That's kind of Kenny's thing. But in a lot of cases, it would surprise me that someone would be okay with making those jokes, knowing that there's not really much else of a reaction the patient should be having besides kind of just laughing along even if they're uncomfortable. If I scroll down farther into Dr. Kenny Smiles' page, I can see this video that says Dentist Falls in Love Part 2, and it's him doing dental work on an older lady who he kind of makes this continuous joke of him like being in love with her. And as you can see here, there's a slow motion clip of him just fully sitting on her and moving around and giving her a lap dance on the dentist chair. I don't know if it's like once you get old enough, you don't have to respect a woman's boundaries anymore, but I feel like this is a medical professional taking advantage of their patients in a way that I just don't understand in general how it's okay. But, you know, he's the politically incorrect dentist. He doesn't care what you think. He'll tell jokes whether or not you think they're offensive or not, even if they are physically imposing on people who are in the room. And I know all of this looks and sounds surprising, but this isn't even what he's in trouble for. I'm still not even really there yet. I'm going to explain to you why Dr. Kenny hasn't posted in 10 days now, even though he is very dedicated to his social media job. On August 31st, Kenny decided to help even more people by launching this video on his TikTok page that asked people who needed a new smile to submit a video to him for a chance to be on his new show where he'll give you new teeth and he'll do dental work on you for free or whatever. It's an awesome thing. I love that medical professionals are taking things like this into their own hands and are willing to give tens of thousands of dollars of treatment to people who need it and who have never had the chance to do stuff like this. Great, love it. But let's watch the video and see how he describes this show.
Exciting news, we are filming for my new show. I am looking for contestants that would benefit from a life-changing smile makeover. We are going to be opening up a hashtag that will allow you to submit a video, and in that video, tell your story. Okay, the hashtag is DKS casting, not casting couch, so be aware. I mean, if you want to send one of those, it just, your account might be canceled. I just really...
So, you know, in the video asking people to submit an audition tape on the TikTok account where he commonly makes jokes that physically and verbally aim at the people who are patients of his, he makes a joke, a porn joke about people submitting videos for the competition. And there are places, times, and people to make these jokes to. I don't think that all of these things on paper are just like illegal and bad and we should toss him in jail. But for who he is and for what he does, no, it's not okay. You don't need to have some sort of comedy set at every stage of your life, even if you are a dentist. Maybe especially if you are a dentist. Maybe if you're a dentist, you should stay normal. Or just like come up with jokes that aren't, oh, I'm gonna have sex with you, or oh, you don't get to have sex with anybody because you're too ugly, because your teeth are rotting. There's other jokes to make. There are.
I'm not a very sentimental person myself, per se, so you're not really gonna surprise me very much if, you know, you're a single mom of 3 kids and you have 3 different baby daddies and you can't, and your teeth are shit. That probably fits the bill for hundreds of different people. Probably not gonna select you for the show. There's going to be a lot of questions about this, so leave them in the comment section below and I'll be actually answering them by putting them in added stories above. Just click on the bubble with me in the red shirt.
And so this is when things begin to become a problem even more, because he tells people to message him, comment, ask questions about the show and ask questions about the submissions. And of course, he's offering free dental work for someone's mouth. He's basically offering, well, a lottery for most of these people. And so this is where things start to get weird, because people start coming out and saying that they received very questionable messages from Dr. Kenny Smiles. Let's see what friend of the channel, Anna Reports News, has to say about messages that were received from people who DM'd Dr. Kenny Smiles about the show.
So this creator sent him a picture of her teeth. She showed him close-ups, and at first he responded, "Thank you for your video," and that he will pass it on to someone else, wishing you all the luck. She thanked him and then sent him a tag, and instead of, saying, thank you again.
So Dr. Kenny responds to this message in the TikTok she posted by saying, "What's your address and phone number? I'm going to be deciding who makes the top 50 by making some trips to meet some in person." Weird to ask for the address and phone number out of the gates if you're gonna be deciding who makes the top 50. I guess it's like this, I don't know, it feels very exploitative trying to get a bunch of people who need their teeth fixed and you personally are picking them and then just like flying out to people's houses to decide, I guess. I don't know, even though this whole show feels very unregulated and doesn't feel like it's some sort of American Idol contestant situation, there's no team of producers and directors who are behind this trying to make this work and who have actual forms that these people need to fill out in order to be a part of this show. It seems like it's a TikTok YouTube show. But with all of this, it could still be some legal regulation stuff, and maybe they are going that far to be able to find these people. But he continues to send this message, and of course I would believe that it's from Dr. Kenny and not the assistant from before, because he says, "I'm going to be deciding who makes the top 50, and then he continues by saying, "And please send me 10 more pics of your size, shape, and stuff like that, please." You might think, oh, maybe he's talking about their teeth, but then he continues and says, "This show is about a lot of things beyond teeth, so that will help me," and continues by saying, "Clothing optional," skull emoji. I think it would be a very far stretch to say that some social media manager of Dr. Kenny was sending this message. I don't know who would risk their entire job to make a bad joke at someone who is trying to be a part of a show that Dr. Kenny is running while asking people to DM him privately about it. And again, this story has so many deeper layers of what's going on, but I have another TikTok I want to show you where he specifically talks about how much he likes responding to patients of his and fans of his TikTok page in this really creepy video where he... let me just show you.
I'm just curious, how many people on here, I've actually responded to. So I want, a whole slew of comments telling everyone else that I do respond to messages. So I'm just curious, what this ratio is going to be like. Or who's, who's still waiting versus, who got a response. Because I pretty much, spend about 6 hours to 8 hours a day answering messages, so I'm just curious. So it's please make me feel good about myself, because I work real hard to... My wife's over there watching TV by herself. Because I care.
I have so many things that I could say about this video. Why does it seem like he's doing this in response to a outpour of hate of people saying, "You never respond to people. You're known for never responding to your fans"? No one's getting mad if you don't respond to fans. You are a dentist. You are a doctor. But I think I need to touch on the most important part of that video, which is that he says he spends 6 to 8 hours a day responding to DMs that people send to him. Yes, a dentist. A dentist does this. I am going to say that's a lie. I spend, I think, 10 minutes a week responding to people. No, I do not want to sit there for more than 5 minutes typing things out on my phone to people. I already do not respond to people who are in my life enough. I'm not texting people back who I actually know enough. I don't know why he would need to spend 6 to 8 hours a day responding to people. What is he doing? I have such a long list of things that he's done that are still on here. So now let's go back to Chelsea, the one who won the first competition from the Mama Tot stuff that happened, and she finally speaks out about Dr. Kenny. And here are a few words from her first video. Let's see what she says.
Newsflash, buddy, you're not God. You have no right to judge anybody on what the fuck they're going through. Get it together. I'm going to pray for you.
Chelsea is, of course, not happy about what happened, and she still wasn't happy when it originally happened, but she continues to speak up about it because here's a very important part of this. A lot of people also got upset with Chelsea and said that she was defending him when it first happened and didn't actually speak out about it. And she said it was because she knew that if she spoke out about it, it was likely that the competition would get canceled and the other two people wouldn't actually get their free smiles. But she did decide to show this video that Dr. Kenny didn't keep in his TikToks and shows what he said to her in the moment where she actually saw what her new teeth looked like. This is what he says.
And so you can kind of like look at your own. Try not to look like completely retarded during this whole thing.
Whoa, that's funny, man. It's a really good joke. You got her there. And this has turned into now a lot of different people coming out about experiences with Dr. Kenny. I will go through the list of just a few things that he has done and said to people, and I'll try to include videos where I can, but I do want to make this video a relatively good length since I don't have a lot of time right now. Another TikToker posted about her experience with Dr. Kenny and showed her messages with him that said this. And this is in December of 2021. So if we look at people in power like Dr. Kenny Smiles and see how long they can go with being this public about how gross and weird they are, this can go on publicly and in the face of so many people for so long without people feeling comfortable to speak up about it, because it has now almost been 2 years just since this person came out about their messages with him, and he still has his TikTok account up. I think his Instagram is private as we speak, but there are countless things coming out about him now, and you can be that popular. You can have that many people rushing to wanting to get work done from you, and you can still be such an obvious narcissist and creep and manipulator and all of the above, and it still is easy for people like this to fly under the radar. This girl came out with her story by the name of Ann Lee Elizabeth, and she actually submitted an audition tape for the new show that Dr. Kenny Smiles was doing. She DM'd him about it. He ended up following her back, and so she DM'd him and said, "Oh my gosh, you followed me. Does this mean you saw my auditions on TikTok and other Instagram?" He said, "Yes, I saw it." She said, "I'm so happy you saw it. Sorry, I'm an ugly crier." He responded, and he said, "Just wanted to have sex with you. It's fine." She took this in good faith as much as she could and sent back a GIF, and he sends her this weird GIF of a guy smiling. He's just smiling at her. Oh, and it keeps going. I'll include the clips in this one. I'm going to try to wrap this up and get through more about it. But a lot of TikTokers are now speaking out against him. We have videos of him having a patient in his office and saying that she's the first black girl who has been in his dentistry in a while, which is a cool thing to admit.
Dang, you're like the first black girl I've had in here for like 6 months.
We're bringing them back.
Okay, well, what are we gonna do on you? Oh my gosh, look at your teeth. They're not even hot. They're already telling me what they want.
And we'll see a little bit more of some sort of racial behavior that comes from him in a second. We have another video where he has an Asian patient of his come into his clinic, and in his caption calls her a mail-in bride, and then also talks to her in a racist Asian accent and asks if she speaks English.
Are you happy? Do you speak English?
Yes, sir.
I don't know how these things go so far under the radar. I think when you are someone who has a very specific kind of audience, white people in Texas, I guess, and they see jokes like this, they don't say anything about it. And the people who do think it's a little bit weird don't want to be the only ones to speak out, because not everybody is some sort of internet vigilante that wants to get into drama. Not everyone has a big mouth like me and wants to shit on someone like this, because people have real lives. They don't like to get into conflict. It's uncomfortable for most people to stand up against someone who has power and influence like Dr. Kenny Smiles. His name's Dr. Kenny Smiles. What are we doing? There's constant videos about him bullying patients that are up.
Now I'm crying mess.
Yeah, now you're all flustered, like we just f***ed or something. Why are your teeth so ugly? Damn, my work is nice. I make really ugly girls pretty. Damn. Smell real big? Yeah, that's kind of scary. What kind of boyfriends do you get?
boyfriend.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend?
He had a post about the LGBTQ.
Listen, Dr. Kenny, if I can have my dick chopped off, then I don't know why you can't chop off some of my enamel.
There was a girl by the name of Jade Amber, who is a TikTok influencer, that was talking to Dr. Kenny about possibly getting her teeth done by him and ended up finding another dentist. There was no bad blood over it at all, but someone commented on her post and said, please tell us that Dr. Kenny Smiles is doing the teeth. And he took it upon himself, a dentist that's full-time, that I guess spends all his time on social media and probably has plenty of clients, and he comments back and says, she was on my schedule and canceled, ... looks like she found a better deal. And even with all of these and more, there were past controversies before all of this happened that came out, including a video with racist jokes of him recording his own daughter, saying plenty of racist comments to him, telling him not to record and post the video. In this video, him, his daughter, and other people in the background use the N-word multiple times.
Mexicans.
Okay.
Them dang illegals. Don't post that. I'll get hate. I also said the last thing you posted. So
That's part of the song.
people, I say that all the time. Me too. But not in front of niggas. I don't be saying it in front of black people. And I'm sure you got a lot of black followers. Love you.
He had 3 court orders against him from patients that have had problems with him in the past, and he was even arrested in the past for allegedly prescribing surplus amounts of medication to patients and friends of his that were not approved or regulated or allowed at all.
Abilene dentist arrested for fraud for overprescribing medications to friends, patients, and himself. Local dentist has been arrested for fraud for allegedly overprescribing medications to friends and patients, as well as using another dentist's DEA number to obtain medications for himself.
I could dive into these things much more, but they continue and continue and continue. And it begs the question, how have we not tied this guy up to a light post in the middle of Times Square and burned him at the stake in Minecraft? I don't know what we do anymore about people like this, because it seems very obvious that they're doing something wrong, and so many people can gain such a large audience now with TikTok where people won't be able to speak up about it. They won't feel comfortable actually coming together, and so many people can become big influencers now and repeat this behavior on camera. This isn't even considering the things that he must have done off camera and the things that he must have been hiding from patients as he continues to do his business with so many people that are vulnerable enough to him to allow him to do work on their teeth and inside of their mouth. You know, dental vulnerability is not something that is a front and center issue online. It's not something that people talk about a lot, but yes, it does require a lot of faith in someone to give them the power to transform your teeth and for them to have that power and to use these kind of jokes. Not jokes that are poking fun at anything other than the patient and their own insecurities. If there are people coming to you specifically because they feel self-conscious about their teeth, maybe the thing to make jokes about would not be the teeth. Everyone has seen edgy jokes and politically incorrect humor in a way that works, in a way that shows the actual humor of someone rather than poking fun at a target. These are lessons that we continually have to learn over here on the Green is Not Nick channel. But the internet is a very big place, and a lot of people don't know that. But I guess that's it. I mean, I might follow up this story once he actually finally makes a statement, since it seems like he's just fully not responding to people anymore, but I will keep up with it on He Said Us if something does happen. And I think that's about it. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't, please watch the other videos I post on this channel or on my other channel, He Said Us, where I talk about other drama, other celebrity tea. You know, I'm the #1 stop shop to get your drama. You should check out my new music video if you haven't yet. I will link it at the end of this video and down in the description below, but I made a cool music video with some people and it was cool and fun. I'm also on tour with Dev Lemons right now. If you want to see me play drums for her and you want to see her solo show with Jordana on the road, you can go to devlemons.net to get tickets now. A lot of the shows are selling out. A lot of them are low tickets. You should really get them as soon as you can so you can come see us. This is my second video on the road. We're still in Pennsylvania, but we're going to be moving soon to Washington, D.C. tomorrow. Okay, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.